Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, about 5 minutes away from a Smashing Pumpkins song scramble. You figure it out. Basically, it is 3 songs, flipped it, reversed it, and very short. If you figure it out, the songs in order, you are going to the Lyric Opera House for Billy Corgan, Melancholy and Infinite Sadness Night at the Lyric Opera House. It'll be unique, historic, special for every Pumpkins fan. Every Chicagoan should want to see this, to be honest. And that's coming up in about 5 minutes. But first, Monumental Day is the all-female space crew went up yesterday. Katy Perry, Gayle King, all the scientists. Lauren Sanchez, Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, sent all his girls and her friends into space, which I never thought would happen. You know, when I was a kid, I was a huge space nerd, and I still am a big space nerd, and I dreamed of the day that civilians would go into space and I could go and get there. I didn't foresee that poor people couldn't go. Because you know what I mean? Or even
because you're poor, you know, it sucks.
That's right. Or the middle class, let's say. Even the middle class couldn't go. I didn't perceive that it was going to look like this. I thought it'd be, I don't know.
Men.
Cooler. Well, men. I did think men. Right.
Not these skirts.
Yeah.
What's happening here?
These broads going up, you know.
What is this, beginning to a porno?
Broads in space. That sounds like an awesome movie.
Broads in space playing the third stage at Riot Fest. A little early
Right. Yeah,
note for you
in the
there.
day.
In a couple of weeks, we'll have the full lineup for Riot Fest. But it was fascinating to watch some of it. Gayle King getting off of the jet, coming in, looked like just she'd been through a washing machine.
It's very annoying as a woman to watch this. There's a few women who should have been on there, like Aisha Bowe is an actual engineer. She's an aerospace engineer. Okay, that tracks. That sounds like you should be on the ship. But this whole it's supposed to be inspiring to us because a bunch of rich women are writing on it and then acted, and they all had mission statements. Like Lauren Sanchez, so Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, her flight goal was to inspire kids who learn differently to reach for the stars.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think she's a fitness instructor.
I don't know.
What do you didn't build the aircraft? What are you talking? Reach for the stars, date a billionaire? That's true. I mean, that's a different life goal, and I get it.
And you wanted that.
Yeah.
She's living your dream when you think about it.
Be blunt about it. I'm trying to inspire people to date billionaires because look what you could do. You could go to space. Katy Perry.
That would be Kenzie's mission statement, by the way.
Yeah.
Date a billionaire so you can go to space.
So be for real about it. Be like, look at the opportunities. Stop dating broke men. If that's what you want to say, then say that. Don't pretend that you've studied and learned and trained and now you're going to space. That's annoying. And then Katy Perry.
Oh, boy.
Hold on, before you go there. I'm writing these down for Harper when she's old enough.
Oh.
Stop dating broke men.
Yes.
Marry a billionaire and go to space. Got it.
That's what her mission statement should have been, and that would have been more appropriate.
What do you think she meant by to inspire kids that, quote, learn differently?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I they don't like the traditional school system. I don't know.
Because if you're dyslexic, you can still go to space.
Right, that's not one of the things.
No, you can't. Can't get there. You'll go the wrong way. You'll go to the ocean, the bottom of the ocean.
But I just don't know what that has to do.
Listen, hold on. That's a joke as someone that has dyslexic problems. That's me. I can make that joke.
And a lot of other problems.
I got a lot of problems.
But you
her
can play
mission
the dyslexia
statement was
card.
for you.
Growing up, my last name is Haddad. I wrote my D's as B's. I wrote my name Brian backwards. I had a lot of dyslexia problems. You know what they did? They just passed me along.
No, boy.
They didn't help anybody like they do today.
Right after you walked up the hill both ways to school, drank from the hose, played in the yard without shoes, et cetera, et cetera.
Made a dirt bike ramp.
Yeah, well, that was just badass.
I did all those things. So I just want to qualify that I have problems and I can say that.
She's anybody's it's great if you want to help. I don't understand exactly because she wasn't specific, but kids who learn differently. I don't know what you going to space because your boyfriend's a billionaire has to do with that and what that's supposed to do for those kids. It's very confusing. Katy Perry said items you're bringing into space. She said bracelets for the kids at the Firework Foundation. So I'm like, so you're just going to bring the bracelets up there and bring them back down and then hand out bracelets?
Well, that's a nice charity she has, but she should have brought one of the kids.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would have been really nice if you brought one of your
she's
kids.
like, well, obviously I'm not going to give them the opportunity. I'm just going to be rich and go on it. And then she kisses the ground. after floating in the atmosphere for 5 minutes, as if she orbited and studied and lived up there for a year. It was so bad, and it's such bad press for women, and it's so annoying.
Well, let me continue by playing Katy Perry when she got to the ground and what she said to reporters getting out of the spacecraft and getting back to Earth. Here's Katy Perry.
It is the highest high, and it is surrender to the unknown, trust, and this whole journey is not just
it's a journey.
about going to space. It's the training, it's the team, it's the whole thing. I couldn't recommend this experience more. This is like up there with all the, different tools that I've learned in my life, from meditation to the Hoffman process. This is up there because what you're doing is you're like really finding the love for yourself, because you got to trust in yourself on this journey. And then you're feeling the love when you come down, for sure. And you're feeling that strength. So I feel really connected to that strong, divine feminine right now.
By the way, you're such a badass. I love that the month of April, you're like,
What?
The reporter.
This is so embarrassing. It's such bad press for women, and it's so embarrassing.
Hey, by the way, Kenzie, you're such a badass.
Yeah, you're
Oh
a
my
badass.
God, you're such a badass for riding on the plane. Like, that is so effing embarrassing. Like, Aisha Bowe, aerospace engineer on the plane. She could be like, yes, this was a huge journey. This is the process I took. It's about finding yourself. It was not about finding yours. It wasn't. It literally wasn't.
it
To
clearly
compare
was-
space travel to meditation is absolutely insane.
It clearly was a journey. You remember that? I think it was a Miss Teen USA, that speech she gave where she was like, actually,
the beauty pageant. Yeah.
That's what she sounded like.
It reminded me, while you look for that,
Oh.
of in The Office when Michael Scott says, sometimes I start a sentence and I don't even know where I'm going with it. I just try to finish it.
Here's that Miss Teen USA, oh, here we go.
Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such
Iraq?
as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future for our children.
Thank you very much.
That was Mario Lopez who was interviewing her, too. Oh, Lord. Well, there we go. Let's get to the song scramble, because this is your chance to get to see the Smashing Pumpkins, to Billy Corrigan, Melancholy and Infinite Sadness at the Lyric Opera House.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Now, earlier in the show, Portillo started serving breakfast at 5 locations around Chicagoland. Not all of them. We have them on our Q101.com and our social. You can find exactly, your location near you.
Well, and I can tell the people right now.
You want to do that, really?
I would love to.
See, I was trying to force people to the website, but hey, we don't need to do that, I guess.
Is it that, or did you forget to have your piece of paper in front of you that has all the locations on it? I know you. I've worked with you long enough.
Okay, hit me up.
The South Loop, Portillo's on Canal and Taylor, and then the one in Elmhurst, the one in Tinley Park, the one in Shorewood, and the one in Niles. Those are the 5 Portillo's locations that have breakfast as of right now. I apologize to my friends, your friends, our friends in the region. I apologize to all of them. I have not seen any word about Portillo's breakfast in the state of Indiana at this point.
Well, you shouldn't apologize. You didn't do this. And it's probably going to open up to all the locations. It's a test for the first time in 62 years. The Great Portillo's serving breakfast, like a Polish sausage, egg and cheese, the bacon, egg and cheese, the Portillo's chocolate cake donut. Now, we did this morning. I can tell you, I am fuller than F right now. But for our full review on how we loved it, and by the way, there's these hash brown bites that I was really looking forward to dunking in cheese. Josie, who works behind the scenes on the show.
She's the one that went and got us Portillo's this morning. That was her big task.
Boy, college education, man.
I know.
Broadcasting degree.
You pay hundreds of thousands for a degree so you can go get Brian, Kenzie, and I some Portillo's.
Now, I will say, is it my fault that I didn't say bring the extra cheese? But when you see hash browns, it's kind of like cheese fries. Why you're going to Portillo's, you have to get a cup of cheese, too. She brought it back, no cup of cheese. rookie mistake. You know, you get one pass in this life from me. Her pass is used up. That's all I'm saying. Done. It's used. They were still delicious without cheese, but they would have been more delicious with cheese.
Oh, yeah.
But here's how it all went down earlier this morning to let you know. Well, you should probably go to Portillo's and get breakfast today. I mean, this is ridiculous. There's so much egg and a good size, it's a half kind of sandwich of the Polish sausage, and the cheese melted perfectly. The bread texture feels great.
It looks like a sub.
It does.
Yeah, like a meatball sub.
There's so much cheese here, or egg here. All right. We all going to take a bite at the same time, or should I go first?
That's up to you, Brian. What do you want to do?
How about you just go first?
I'll go first. Okay.
That's nice.
Oh, my God. How can there be racism today?
I know.
Just today, Brian, that's nice.
First off, the scrambled eggs on it are just ridiculous. They're so good, buttery, good texture. The Polish sausage itself, classic Portillo's Polish sausage. And, of course, the bread is so doughy and perfect. It's perfect. This is a perfect breakfast sandwich. I wouldn't do anything else to it. Except if I had cheese, I'd dunk cheese into it. More cheese.
Besides the whole cheese fiasco.
There's cheese on this, but I'd dunk more cheese on it.
By the way, we just got a text from someone who's only texted one other time a year ago. Not a good look, Josie.
No line and no cheese.
A lot of people want to be a part of the show,
Yeah, a lot of positions opening up soon.
All right, Kenzie, you go next with the bacon, egg, and cheese. Oh, my God, this is so
Now, I'd like to
good.
point out, as Brian listed 3 of everything, because someone's like, why didn't Kenzie pay? And I'm like, I don't know, mind your business, bitch. But it was mainly because...
Hold on, before you answer, remember that whoever texted that, mind your business, bitch.
Yeah, period.
Yeah.
Case actually didn't pay either because it only cost about $50, and Case got his 20 back. So can it. Also, you know how Brian's like, 3 of this, 3 of this, 3 of this. I'm still on my calorie deficit from our beginning of the year weight loss challenge. I am.
Kenzie's on that very healthy 10 calories a day diet. We're not at all worried for her.
It's 1,200. I've been dizzy for months. So you start to get used to it, though, which is good.
That's nice.
So I won't be eating all this, but I am going to have a bite of the Sammy.
Yeah, take a sample. Go ahead there.
Take a little nibble.
Okay. So I have the little bacon, egg, and cheese. It's on a croissant, which I love. Very buttery. Just texture-wise from the beginning, it's nice and flaky. I love that. Sometimes when you get a breakfast sandwich, how they're really all squished and smashed together. There's some height to this bad boy. We love to see it, okay? So hold on. Hold on. That's good. That's fresh. First off, I don't think I've had buttery bread in a couple months, so that's good right there. That packs a punch.
Is your stomach rejecting it, the buttery bread?
No, it's accepting it with a hug.
Okay, good. Good news.
It feels nice. It feels like a kid getting a teddy bear for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I love the bacon, okay? Because it's like, I like when I can see the bacon outside of the sandwich. That's important to me. So they're nice, long, good pieces. They're thick, not like crumbly. You know when your bacon turns to dust, but not chewy. It's that perfect right in the middle. The eggs are very fluffy, as you mentioned, Brian. And I like cheese a lot. I have a cheese problem. It's why we got here in the first place, okay, with the whole diet. There's a good amount of cheese on here. It's the right amount. It helps make the sandwich not dry. I'm very happy with this.
Good. And to make a point, we already got texts coming in asking very legitimate questions. What kind of cheese is on the sandwich? Is it the nacho cheese for the fries or a slice of cheese? It's a slice of cheese. I just wanted nacho cheese to dunk additionally for the hash browns and for the sandwich because why not?
Common misconception.
This is America. This is Chicago. That's what you're supposed to do. Again, Josie, we'll talk after the show. Just block out about a half hour if you can. And close the door when you come in. Case, what are you going to do?
I've got the donut. I've got the Stan's Portillo's donut, chocolate donut. Now,
hold that in the air. Let me look at a good look at that.
Take a look at this. Now, I know despite my large round shape, you would think I'm a big chocolate guy. I'm actually not a huge chocolate guy, but I will take one for the team.
Ooh, look at that drizzle. Oh,
that's what
I just want to smell it. Oh my God.
I will say this. I just picked up one. Case is going to eat it, but it's It's got girth. It's
got
heavy.
weight. Yeah,
It's
Is
heavy.
that heavy?
Yeah.
It looks, it almost looks like one of those flowers cakes, like when they're like that dense chocolate, and I mean that in a great way.
Yeah.
This is the type of thing, if you were going to exercise, hypothetically, you could put this on the end of the bar, and you could actually do a deadlift with this, and there would be some weight
Case is
to
holding it with both hands for reference. I've never seen somebody do that with a donut.
With 2 hands.
It looks like Simba, like he's putting it up in the air right now.
All right, I'll take a bite. I'll do this.
Let's see it.
No sound with a donut bite.
I know.
No crunch.
Sorry. So, picture the happiest day of your life. This donut's better than that.
Wow. Okay.
That's all. This is the best donut I've ever had. That's awesome.
So it's a chocolate cake donut.
Brian, you take a bite of the donut too. I want to live. I just want to
It's
feel
all
it.
chocolate.
You won't take
Everything
one
is
little
chocolate.
bite?
I just take a bite of the donut.
Isn't that awesome? Brian's eating the donut right now.
Yeah, I just want to see his reaction too.
So, the happiest day of your life?
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Quick look at sports of the last 24 hours.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
And let's start off with the WNBA draft last night. I watched this. I sat and watched the WNBA draft. And after a disappointing 13-27 record last year, the Chicago Sky looking to bolster their shooting last night at the WNBA draft by selecting Slovenian stretch 4 Aja Sivka with the number 10 pick overall. She's 6'4". Yeah, this is a good thing for them because their big problem was, of course, in the shooting world, and she's a stretch 4. Plus TCU point guard Haley Van Lith with the 11th pick. Prior to her time with TCU as a Horned Frog, she spent time at LSU with her now reunited teammate Angel Reese. So you got Angel Reese, and you've got her, Haley Van Lith, together on the Chicago Sky, getting ready for, of course, a big rematch against Caitlin Clark at the end of May and a game in June. I'm trying to get to those games. Tickets are outstandingly expensive at the United Center. Yes, I'm kind of asking for a hookup out there if anybody has one. I'd love to go to that game because Harper loves watching Caitlin Clark. Now, here's what she had to say on ESPN with Holly Rowe about getting drafted. And here is Haley.
When you were a kid, your dad would rent out the elementary school across the street so you could work out at 4 a.m. Everyone always says your work ethic is like no one else's. How do you say thank you to your family for pushing you and helping you to get here and be a top draft pick?
Yeah, I think the biggest way I can say thank you is continue to pursue my dreams. A lot of the reason why I keep going is because I look back at them and they just have poured so much into me that I want to take this dream as far as I can. So shout out to my blue-collar parents who busted their butt every morning and provided for our family because they built the foundation of my game.
Whoop, whoop. I think she added in the blue-collar parents because when you say my parents rented out the elementary school gym, might have think they were, some rich kids or something.
I know, for a second I'm like, okay, Reggie Ray.
My parents rented out the city. I used all the basketball courts. She's great. Seriously, it's going to be pretty damn fun watching them play together. UConn star standout Paige Beckers was the selected first overall by the Dallas Wings. She's nuts. She's fun to watch.
In a good way?
In a good way.
Oh, okay.
Oh, not nuts like, not...
You're like, she's insane. Anyways. Sounds like your ex-girlfriend or something.
So my ex is now playing for Dallas. So Beckers and the Wings will head to Chicago Thursday, May 29th, and Wednesday, July 9th, with both games at Wintrust Arena. Again, the Caitlin Clark games against the Indiana Fever will be at the United Center. And those, I think, are sold out, or at least sold a lot. I'm glad they moved those games there. To our Cubs, they failed to end the Padres' home winning streak last night in San Diego. They jumped on former White Sox starter Dylan Cease, now without a mustache.
Without a mustache.
Ooh.
No longer looks like me.
I know. You looked exactly like him.
I know. People, the bobblehead behind me, the Dylan Cease White Sox bobblehead that people think is a bobblehead of myself, my mother included.
Do you think he finally just said, I can't stop looking like Case, I'll shave this mustache? Who did it first?
Who grew them?
Who's older?
Well, he's older.
We say it's so condescending. Like you're just like the fountain of youth over here. You'll be old too one day, Case. Rude.
Yeah. I'm younger.
Well,
well, obviously, I'm just have the baby skin.
I mean, he's old because he's the same age as Kenzie, so he's pretty old at this
Wow.
point.
I'm literally in my 20s.
For how much longer?
Literally, my age starts with a 2, so let's bring it down.
Calm down. Her birthday's next July, 2026. She doesn't have a birthday this year.
That's right.
So-
She's born on a leap year.
What I'm saying is that he had the mustache first, or you had it? Because when you started here, you didn't have a mustache.
Yeah, then I aged rapidly and decided to grow a mustache.
Boy, did you age.
Oh, man.
Kenzie, these pictures of Case
I
when
need
he
to
started.
see a picture. Case has described him himself to me like BQ before Q101, and I am like, I'm dying to see these images. Like he was like, I was like super in shape, like a potential professional athlete, and I didn't have a mustache, and I'm like, I haven't seen a single throwback photo. Like, I need to see. Apparently he was Hercules, clean face and like super muscular. I didn't know what was going on.
Wait. You told Kenzie you were super in shape?
Yes.
I don't think that's what I said.
Yes, you said that to me. Case, you literally said I was described as an athlete, like you had an athletic body. You said that to me. How dare you lie right now?
Was I trying to hit on you? Why would I have said that?
No, you were just talking about. I think it was around our weight loss, and this was off microphone. You were like, I'm telling you, because at one point, I would have been described as incredibly athletic, and I go, really? And yes,
Lord.
you did. Case, you were like, I played all these sports in high school. I was going, how dare you right now? How dare you?
How dare you? Indeed.
Are you serious? Because I took it for real.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.